sexy. Oh yes. Oi. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another sick Monky episode. We're at world famous SMV. We've got Mr. David. Hello. Hello. Mr. Jace. Nom. Not so nom. Nom. Oh, very nom. The pink beast returns. In today's episode, we're going to be changing the gearbox. As you guys all remember from the last episode, I was having a few gearbox issues. Gearbox is not doing good. The main man, Mr. David, kindly got in contact with Gearlabz, and they have kindly sent us a brand new, fully refurbished gearbox. And here it is here. Look at this bad boy. Well, it's a gearbox. It's kind of hard to tell what's been done, but I'll run through it all in a second. Gearbox oil has been drained. You're either bleeding or you're spilled gearbox oil. This is actually a spare gearbox that was supplied with the car, so I'm not sure if this was the original gearbox, but the gearbox I was using is still in there. That's what me and Dave are going to do now. We're going to remove the gearbox. Just to give you guys a little rundown of what Gearlabz did to the box. We've got all new bearings, we've got a full seal replacement, we've got brand new genuine Ford bulk and synchro rings, so that's obviously going to stop some of the crunching issues we were having. And then yeah, everything's been cleaned ultrasonically, and it's also been re-shimmed as well. So yeah, lots of trick little bits. Make sure you give Gearlabz a cheeky little follow. Mike at Gearlabz also squeezed this in because we had a little bit of a predicament. We've got a track day this Friday at Brands Hatch. Super stoked, obviously with David and lots of his very cool friends and their cool cars. But yeah, we're going to change the gearbox and do a dug it. First up, we're going to disconnect the battery. Gearbox oil has now been drained, which you guys saw before. Now Dave's starting to take some of the ancillaries off the top of the bell housing. Things like the earthing cables, anything that's in the way, basically.
Anything I can find, any wiring that's connected to the box, probably speedo drive, clutch cable.
Dave is a massive Ford enthusiast. Some would say a Ford specialist, but he's never changed one of these boxes before, so be kind in the comment section. This is a bit different for me as well, because we've been doing the E30, which is obviously rear-wheel drive, and the gearbox is down there. Now Dave and I are going to start undoing all the bottom arms, and then the idea is once we get the lower arm out the way, we can try and pull the drive shaft out, and then yeah, we can start removing the box. The ball joint on this side is now removed, so yeah, pull the hub out the way. Yeah, if you look up there, cups.
Yeah. So we just pop the bearings out the cups, so it leaves the actual carrier in the box. So when we pull the box out, any oil that hasn't come out when it's drained doesn't go all over me.
One thing we forgot to film was the removal of said starter motor, which you're kind of going to sort of leave in situ.
Yeah, so when the box goes back up, we'll just slide that back in.
Next up, we're just going to disconnect the gear linkage. Drive shaft's removed, that's the gear linkage removed.
Yeah, that weird strut brace removed.
Yeah. What's next? Gearbox mounts?
Yeah, going to look at the gearbox bolts and the gearbox mounts. Probably the gearbox bolts first and then the mounts afterwards. Support it all.
It's what you probably call a dog bone mount?
Yeah, that's what I call a dog bone mount. Yeah, it stops the forwards and backwards movement of the engine as the car accelerates and decelerates. Vibratechnics mount up there to the chassis leg.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Obviously not a standard Ford item, nice bit of aftermarket Vibratechnics goodness. I don't know if you guys can kind of see, well, you can just about see up there, there's another mount. It's quite a few mounts, isn't it? It's quite sort of strangely placed on these. Next mount is undone. And that's the last gearbox bolt. Dave's just got to do 2 more from the top. And then yeah, gearbox should come out. Gearbox hasn't fallen on the floor yet, which is a good sign.
I think what I'm going to do is put a trolley under it, with the block of wood on the trolley, then lower it down from the top, and actually just slide it out on the wood. Yeah, it's off, man. So much for your bench press. Gearbox should be out. Dave's going to go up on the rim.
gearbox. But yeah, that was the culprit. So yeah, now Dave and I are going to start swapping basically some of the ancillaries from this one over to the new one.
Literally just slides off and unhooks.
Sounds good?
There we go, look at that.
Sweet. Speedo sensors in place.
Yeah.
Done a little bit of hammeroo.
Yeah, because there's a bit of a
bend.
there.
Right. Next up, we're going to try and beast these cups out, which is probably easier said than done. Yes. Ooh, look at that.
If you listen carefully, it sounds just like a golf. Hey baby.
What else we got left? That's everything in it.
I think.
Speedo sensors on there.
Yeah, speedo
What's
drive.
that for? The like reverse?
I think judging by the fact it's got
Two pins. Yeah.
2 pins it says. Yeah, so that's the reverse one.
In theory, this should just go straight in. Well, come on, be positive. It's good. Right, we're going to retry that with a bit of wood. It's close. Right. I think we've got it in place. First bolt is in the hole.
Oh, the bolt is in the hole. You window.
Right, rear gearbox mount is
On.
Yeah. And now we're going to put the Vibrotechnic one back on.
Yes, that beauty goes up to the chassis leg.
We worked out which way it goes now. You know you're a car person when you've got a constant torch on your phone. Dog bone mount is
Going on.
the many mounts of the Ford Escort.
Oh yes.
Over-engineered, so it's British.
Yeah.
British technology. Speaking of British, we've got Jay's Hillman Imp. You guys will probably remember this from the previous episodes, minus paint. Now it's obviously been painted and it's looking pretty sick. We think it's a Porsche colour. Jay's obviously not here to ask, but yeah, does look pretty pimp in the workshop lights.
Fitment.
Front arch is looking pretty meaty. And then obviously Dave's M3 looking a little bit dusty. You're going to give it a little wash before you go. Many 2JZ goodnesses. Now obviously sporting a rear spoiler. That's definitely the definition of a BGW, but one that's actually functional. Then the JZX looking a little bit dusty. But yeah, we're just waiting for a few bits to come and then we can crack on with this. HDF roll cage has obviously now all been painted, which you guys would have seen from my social media. Lovely and sparkly. Once we've got the rest of the bits, we'll start doing a few more videos and kind of show you the beauty of the cage. Lovely bit of cage work, and obviously the interior is all painted black as well. But yeah, really excited to get the JZX back on the channel. Car is looking pimp. One drive shaft's now back in.
Yeah.
And the lower ball joint.
Yeah.
Cheers.
There she
Love
is.
that. Quite a mad sort of brace that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not factory.
No, not that I'm aware of. It's reminiscent of a sort of Cusco kind of thing, isn't it, I suppose?
The spec on this is pretty decent. I mean, I'm not sure if these high spec brakes wouldn't have come with it. There's a little bit of gravel in places. I'm not quite sure how that got there.
No, isn't it?
Nah, some guy called John, I reckon. Nankang tyres also held up pretty well, as you guys can see. Loads and loads of tread remaining, and nice even wear pattern as well. So David,
Hello.
he has connected the gear linkage underneath, which we think feels pretty good now. We think we've got all the gears, but he's going to take the camera. Yes, yes. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. What's next, Dave? Put gearbox oil, which we've got in the form of some 75/90
Fully synthetic.
fully syn, yeah.
I've got more love for my car.
Bottle number 3. Right, gearbox oil has started to appear, so it looks like Dave was on the money. 3 litres was the call. What do you guys think in the comment section? Should we keep the wheels green? Should we do them silver, which I think will look pretty cool? Or do you think we should do them a different colour? Let us know below in the comments. Be interesting to see what you guys think. And by magic, we have tidied up, looking spotless in here. Now we're just going to lower the beast onto the ground. Oh, look at that max power goodness. Nice job, Batman. SMV for the win.
Wow.
Hello. Right, let's get you out. Escort is all loaded. Just going to sort all my straps out in a second. That's pretty much it from us. Massive thanks to Mr. SMV.
No problem.
Don't forget to give him a cheeky little follow here, and we will see you guys on Friday for some 2J action and some Escort. Sick.